Awesome, you guys. Well, welcome to our Founders Club Zoom. I am super excited to see all your faces. I am still on a zing fling high. I don't know if you guys are or not, but I am still like, just loving everything right now. And so, first of all, before we start, tell us in the comments where you're joining from. That's always something fun to see. We're going to have everyone's hometowns memorized by the end of this. Stacy Loftus is going to work on that. But yeah, drop in where you're joining us from, and then drop in what your Founders Club points are. I know mine have not changed this week, but they're going to change soon. So drop in what your points are, how many unique accounts you have, and make sure you guys mute your phones too when you come on. And she muted me. So we want everybody to be proud of where you're at. Remember, this is your journey. Do not compare yourself to other people. I love seeing people, growing and working on this consistently. You guys, we still have 5 months to go for Founders Club. Okay. We're on the back end of this, but there's still so much time to do these things. And so a couple of the things we're going to talk about tonight. I feel like after reading everybody, and thank you all for participating in the, hey, what's your strength? What's your weakness? Doesn't it feel good to get that out? I mean, how many of you guys struggled? I had so many personal messages that were like, okay, that was hard. First of all, it's easy to say what you're not good at, but so many people struggled with talking about what their strength was. A lot of people struggled with that. So we're going to work on ourselves. We're going to talk about a few things that hopefully will help you guys be able to get more confident in sharing and doing all the things. So I feel like we have a big struggle with sharing our story. And so I'm going to hit on sharing our story tonight and give you guys some ideas, maybe make you think about some things a little bit differently. Because if you get comfortable with sharing your story, that is the basis of your business. And you guys all have a story. I can't even tell you guys how many people have reached out to me and they're like, well, I don't have a good product story, or I do not have a business story yet. How many of you guys feel like that? A lot of you guys probably feel like that. I know I've had a lot of personal messages about this kind of stuff. That's why we're going this direction tonight. So first of all, we're going to talk about creating your product story, or talking about your product story. You got to keep it simple. That is the rule. Keep it simple. Okay. You don't have to lose 100 pounds to have a great product story. You can have a great product story just by how you feel. But what I want you guys to do is I want you to dig into your own product story. How did you feel? And I know, like, for me, it's been 13 years. And so I'm like, I got to dig really hard to remember how I felt back then. Because when we stop feeling good and we just kind of get into this monotony, we forget what it feels like, right? So that was my normal. Then when I started Zingular, when I started putting the products in my body, everything changed. Well, now I have a new normal, but I want you to go back and write down, and you don't have to do it right now, but make yourself a note to do it. Write down and think about how you felt before you started this. Were you tired all the time? Were you miserable? Sometimes you might have to go back and look at pictures. You might have to look at pictures of yourself before, and you'll remember the feelings when you see your face in those pictures. Or if you were the mama, I was this mama, that's why I'm going to pick on myself here. I was the mom who I wanted to be in the picture. So my kids had pictures of me when they were growing up. But guess what? I always had one of them in front of me. I always had them. Come on, guys, get in the middle. I don't want to be in the front here, crowd around me. And so remember how you felt before you started the products. Okay. And like I said, it doesn't even matter if you've lost weight or these on the products or not. But think about your emotions. How were you sleeping? How was your energy levels? Were you smiling when you went out in public? Were you super down and out? Think about how you felt before you started. And then I want you to think about how you felt when you first started. Because I'm telling you, our journeys go up and down. This is a roller coaster. Your product story goes up and down. It's a roller coaster. But I want you to remember, how excited were you when you first took a Zing? Or how excited were you when you first drank a Trim Stick? Or how excited were you if you started with our 8-day jump start, day 3, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can see clear. Okay. I want you to remember how excited you were when that happened. And that's what I want you to write down. Okay. Because here's the thing, as you're here for a while, business may be discouraging you, or business may be exciting you, or there's so many things with this that I think we really forget the excitement that we had in the beginning. Or the first time someone told you thank you. The first time that someone's like, oh my gosh, I've been praying for this. How many of you guys have had somebody tell you that? I have people tell me all the time, hey, you're going to think I'm absolutely crazy, but I have been praying for something. I need a change. That right there is powerful for me, and it brings that excitement back to me. So I want you to think about that, how you felt when you first started your products, and then kind of how you're feeling. If you're discouraged now about your product story, I want you to jump into one of these 30-day challenges that are starting. And I mean, there's a lot of teams doing them. You can jump into my teams if you want. I know so many people in the company are doing them. But here's the thing. I want you to jump into one just like you're a brand new person. You don't have to tell your teams you're a brand new person. You jump into that like you're a brand new person. I want you to get your meals ready like you're a brand new person, because I don't know about you guys, but for me, we live a low carb life. So I really don't meal prep. And I find myself kind of, on the tail end of it, grabbing something last minute, feeling like I'm so hungry, all these things. But in the very beginning, I was ready. I was focused. I was ready. I wanted this to work for me. So if that's you, I want you to get prepped. I want you to get ready. I want you to take new before pictures. And I want you to be intentional about this. Take your measurements, take your pictures, do all of the things just like you're telling your new people to do. And let's try to find that excitement again. Because I'm telling you, when you are excited, people want to know what you're doing. Okay. If you're in a funk, you're going to be repelling these people, just so you know. And if you're trying to put on a fake smile, it's still your energy. Okay. It is so still your energy. So I want you guys to dive in. I want you guys to start over like you're brand new and find that excitement again. You guys, just last week, we had a launch of passion fruit collagen, right? Do you know that 90% of the people who ordered and got excited and ordered multiple canisters and just got totally pumped up about this didn't even try the product? Only the people at Zingfling tried the product. Do you know why they ordered the product? Because you guys were excited. You were excited about that product. And now that I've taken it for a while, I'm like, I hope we bring it back because it is a delicious flavor. I love it so much. But we were ignorance on fire. We were fueling off of each other's excitement, and we have to find that again. Okay, we have got to find that again. You're going to attract people to you. Whatever you're putting out, you're getting back. Okay, I wholeheartedly believe that. So when it comes to your product story, I want you to try that. If you're in a funk yourself, start over. Okay, be as excited as you were, because people are going to be attracted to that. Okay, when I first started, I didn't want to tell anyone about it. I didn't think I was starting a business. I had no idea about that. But people would say, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Or, oh my gosh, your mom gave me your number. What are you doing? And I was excited. I was like, hey, I'm not doing this, but this is what I'm taking. And this is how I feel. And this is what's going on. That's how it began. We've got to find that excitement again. And I feel like we're going to attract the right people that are going to want to be excited with us. So I hope that all makes sense to you guys. I want you to work on your product story. Don't make it complicated. Okay, how you felt before, how you felt after you started. And then you can go into what it's done for you. Like for me, over the year, I've lost 60 pounds over the years. I've kept it off. I have no idea how many inches. I never took my pictures in the beginning. I never took my inches because I knew it wouldn't work. So you guys have to make sure you're adding what it's done for you as well, but get that fire back, get that excitement back. I want you to look at an old picture of yourself before you found this, and I want it to make you cry. I want it to make you cry because of how you felt before someone told you about this. How many of you guys are so dang grateful that someone told you about this, you can hardly even stand yourself, right? I'm sure that you could be doing other things on a Thursday night instead of coming on here and talking to us, but you are hungry. You want this bad. So rather than just showing up and trying to soak everything in, you've got to dig deep in yourself. Okay, that's what I want you guys to do. Dig deep in yourself and recreate your story. Okay. And how many of you guys, I'm going to pick on you, feel like you don't have a business story? You come in here, you go to events, and you watch the executives and above walk across the stage. You watch the people that have earned the trips, and you're like, that's not me. I don't have a business story yet. I haven't done very, very good with this yet. Guess what? You are here. You are a partner just like I am a partner. Okay. Has everyone on here, and I want you to dump it in the comments, has every single person on here made $1 from this company? Has everyone made $1 from this company? Okay. Have you guys ever made $1 from Chili's for promoting that cute little cookie that they serve with the ice cream on top? I used to promote that thing all the time. I still do, and I am right now. Chili's isn't going to give me anything for that. Okay. But guess what? Singular will pay me if I share what they have. And if I share it with my whole heart. If you are just out to sell a kit, you're going to sell a kit, but you got to find your passion. You have got to find your business story. Okay. And what I mean by that is, this works. This company pays. That they keep every single promise that they make. We have the best customer service out there. And do you realize that you have something that people need? You each have something that people need. And I think when you change that, because we're all looking for the next builder, we're all looking for the next person that will say yes. We're all looking for the next person that will let us in their network or host a party or do all of these things. But I want you guys to kind of change your perspective a little bit. Those people need what you have, whether it's that they are low on energy, whether they're so dang sad that they won't tell anybody about it, right? They're super, super depressed, down and out. You never know if they're sleeping at night. You never know what their stress level from their job is. You never know if if their job's planning on laying them off next week. You have no idea what someone is going through. But I'm telling you, if you change the focus that they need me, I don't need them. You guys, desperation is disgusting. And when we're so desperate for people, I feel like we repel people. I feel like if we're like, we need this, we need this, we need this, we got to hit manager, we got to get our points, I feel like we repel people because we're so needy and so desperate. You guys, they need what we have. And if you get good at telling your story, they're going to want to get it from you. Your story is the most powerful thing that you have. Okay. The most powerful thing that you have. So when it comes to your business story, I don't want you guys to compare yourself to other people. That is the biggest thing when it comes to your business story. Too many of us, and I'm guilty as well, okay? We compare ourselves to other people's businesses. I mean, I've been here 13 years. You know how many people has come in and just passed me right by and like waved as they went by? Hey, you know what I mean? Thanks for your help. I'm on my way to the top. And they just keep going and going and going. But you know what? My passion is so strong. I will never let that slow me down. Okay, I will never let that slow me down because I understand the peaks. I understand the valleys. I understand, and I want you guys to think about this. Everyone goes through a struggle. Everyone goes up, everyone goes down, everyone goes backwards, everyone goes forwards, however you want to put it. If you're coming in here and you've had kind of a slow start, okay, I don't care if your start is a month and you think that's a slow start. I don't care if it's 3 years and you're like, I'm going to get this one day. This is going to happen one day. First of all, like I said, get good at telling your story. Your story. People trust you. They want to hear from you. And second of all, if you're slow right now, this is your learning curve. This is your learning curve. Now I'm going to tell you a secret about people that come in and they grow really, really fast. They eventually plateau. Okay? They eventually stop growing fast. It happens to every single one of us. And then guess what? We usually go backwards. Okay? That is just as discouraging as starting out and having a hard time getting the plane off the ground. It is just as discouraging to go backwards. You guys, we are all in the same boat. Okay, we are all on the same journey. It's going to be ups and downs. The only thing you can control is your passion, how much you share, And I'm telling you, if you get good at sharing your story, whatever it may be, get good at sharing your story, that's what you need. Share it with your heart. Yes, we have tons and tons and tons of other stories out there that you can share, but your people, they want to see what it's doing for you. I don't care if you've gained your weight back. I don't care if you've plateaued. I don't care if you're dealing with health problems. I'll pray for you. I mean, that's a big deal, right? But it's your story. So think about when you first started. Get that excitement back. People will come. People will want to know what you're doing. But business story, don't compare. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with before I turn it over to Melissa, you guys, we have got to start focusing on what is going right and not what is going wrong. I'm going to say that again. Focus on what's going right and not what's going wrong. Because if you talk to people, and don't be afraid to tell your team members this too. Okay, if you talk to people and they have something negative to say for every single thing you say, tell them. Focus on what's going right. What is going right with this instead of always what's going wrong, because that's what you're putting out there. We can always find something wrong, especially with ourselves, right? We can always criticize ourselves. If you guys, how many of you guys have someone that you work with, or someone that you're trying to get started, or someone that you're dumping into, or maybe a team member that's been here for a while, that you believe so much in them, you just can't wait for them to get it? You guys all have someone that you believe in, that you just really wish that they could see in themselves what you see in them? If you do, why don't you believe in yourself that much? We believe more in other people than we believe in ourselves, but it has to start with us. Start with you. And like I said, focus on what is going right in your business. Focus on what is going right in your parties that you're doing online. Not that, oh my gosh, I'm not getting very many comments. Who cares? Are you showing up and are you putting the information out there? That's a big deal, right? Don't look at this screen and focus on who is not here. Don't have an in-home party or a team training and focus on who is not there and who is not supporting and who is not doing those things. Dump your heart into the people that are. It will change your perspective. It will change your drive, and it will change your direction. So Melissa, I'm going to turn it over to you and let you put in your 2 bits.
Okay. Well, before I even start my training, I was watching a reel today with Steve Harvey, and he was talking about, the first person he was talking about was Michael Jordan, who's the greatest basketball player ever. And in his career, he had 946 game-winning shots. Okay. He took 946 game-winning shots. He only made 134 of those. But you don't hear about the ones he missed. You hear about the 134 that he made. And the most successful Major League Baseball player the best one only gets about 3 out of 10 hits when he goes up to bat. And he's being paid $40 million a year to be 30% good. That's what she's talking about. Y'all got to worry about the stuff that's hitting. Y'all can't worry about the misses. You can't worry about the strikeouts. You got to worry about those home runs that you find. That's what you're getting paid for. You got to plow through the misses. You got to plow through the strikeouts. You got to plow through the missed shots, because you're getting paid for the hits. That's what you're going to remember. That's what's going to make a difference. That's what's going to be significant, not the misses. Everybody has them. Everybody. So what I wanted to talk about, I've got like a 2-part kind of thing that I'm just going to keep going where she left off. But one of the things that, we just got home from Fling a couple of weeks ago. We were so, I messed up. We're so fired up and ready to conquer the world and blow this thing up. We heard all these amazing trainings. We got our cup filled. We were totally in the moment, had this huge fire in our belly. And, a lot of times we come home and life happens, and slowly, a day will pass and you go back to the job, you go back to kids, you go back to responsibilities, you go back to stress, you go back to doubt, you go back to unbelief, you go back to all these things in the fire that was just so burning that you were ready to come home and you were going to blow this thing up. And little by little, it starts dimming and turns to complacency. Now, I'm going to tell you, excuses can be valid, but they can't become bigger than our effort. That's the thing. We end up leaving everything that we learned in a notebook unopened and unapplied. The huge fire starts turning to embers, and sometimes it dies out and sometimes it becomes ash. Then all of a sudden, Zing Fest is here and you're still at the same rank. You're still in the same place that you are, even though you had every intention and you had all these huge goals of going to that event and walking across the stage at a higher rank, right? I'm going to tell you right now, you can do hard things. You can overcome your excuses. You can do it in spite of all the other things that are in your way. You have the power inside you to overcome your own doubts and fears to make a better life for yourself. And that's what we all want, right? We want to take our business from where it is now to the next level. And the only way that we can do that is do something different than what we've been doing. We can't keep doing the same thing. We can't keep working the same hours. We can't keep sending the same text messages. We have got to do something different if we want to grow. What we've done before to get us to that last rank is not going to get you to the next rank. It's not. You've got to do something different. And I hope there were so many things at Fling that we learned that would take it to the next level. But I'm going to give you 3 things. And let me get my notes. I mess my notes up all the time. I did write them down, but I never do that. 3 things to give you to keep that fire lit. And we're going to incorporate this new promo that we have the rest of this month to make April the best month that to double where we are now. It can happen if you believe it. So number 1, you got to decide you're going to do it. And I talk a lot about mindset because I had to overcome a fear of failure and a fear of not being good enough. And I had to believe that I can do it. And I had to believe that I was worth it. And once I did that, that's when my business changed. So you've got to get out of your own head. You've got to get out of your own way, and you've got to believe that it's possible. You got to get rid of the excuses and work your business every single day. Every single day. You've got to do more than what you were doing. And you've got to decide that you're worthy of greatness. You've got to decide that this singular business that you have is a top priority in your life, and that nothing or no one's going to stand in the way and stop you from achieving the goals. Listen to this, that you set for yourself. Nobody sets goals for you. Nobody puts limits on you. You're working to achieve the goals that you set for yourself, and the only limits that are on those goals are the ones that you place. Think about that. You got to get out of your own way, and you cannot put limits on what you can do. Number 2, you've got to declare it. Did you know that if you write down your goals, that you are 42% more likely to hit them? If you tell somebody, that likelihood increases by another 60%. If you get an accountability partner, it increases by another 95%. So find someone, tell them you're going to do it. Find someone, if your accountability partner is not working for you in this group, find another one. Look for the people who are on here. Join another group, because you don't need somebody bringing you down. You need to find the ones that are going to work as hard as you and lift you up. And then make a declaration of what you're going to do. You got to make that declaration. I am going to Jamaica. I am going to Jamaica. Put it somewhere so you see it. Your screensaver is the best place to put your goals, because you look at your phone over 400 times a day. So you want to see it every single day. So you want to, hang on a second. You want to make a declaration of what you're going to do in April, the next week. Do it tonight. What are you going to do by the end of this month? How many people are you going to sign up? How many quick starts are you going to get? How many unique accounts are you going to get? Who are you going to sign up as partners? How many are you going to have? What are you going to achieve by best? What rank are you going to walk across the stage? What are you going to be recognized for? What trips are you going to earn? What business builder awards are you going for? How many leaders are you going to take with you? Declare it, speak it. And then number 3, this is the thing that our whole theme was based on at Fling, was a little more action, but we said a lot more action. You've got to go do it. And you've got to do it in spite of the excuses, in spite of the hard, in spite of the obstacles, in spite of being scared, in spite of being intimidated. If you don't have a team, do it anyways. If you're not sure you can do it, use somebody else's belief and do it anyways. Do it when it would be easier not to, because you have something else going on in your life. Do it even more when you've had a bad day. When someone sends their kit back, do it again. When a partner quits, you do it again. When it feels like your business is going backwards instead of forwards, refocus and do it again. You've got to put action behind it. You can't just write it down and say you're going to do it. You've actually got to go to work. And I had one lady one time, and she would say, I'm just going to pray and the Lord's going to send me the people that he needs me to have. Well, what I say to that is, if you want God to move a mountain with this business, you better pick up a shovel, because he gave you the ability and he gave you the know-how in order to do that. He expects you to work to do it. So how can you use the promo this month? Okay. I've wrote down some people to contact about this promo right now to blow it up. The first thing, and this is something you should be doing every month anyways, but right now, the zeros in your back office. Go through your detailed genealogy. And if you don't know how to do that, then if you don't know where to find it, then talk to your accountability partners. If not, Kristi and I can help you find it. Go to your detailed genealogy and look at your zeros for this month. And you start reaching out. You click on their name, it'll give you their phone number. Text the people, call the people, say, guess what? You're so lucky you haven't ordered yet. We have got this huge promo. Let me help you get some free products this month. And then the next one that you should be working every single month anyways is unprocessed subscriptions. These are people who had something ordered that did not go through, and you go into that report, click on their name, and guess what? Their phone number comes up. Their phone number, not a message, their phone number comes up. And you know what? You're going to say, oh my gosh, you're so lucky that your subscription didn't process. Let's get you some free products. And then you're going to go to your fencers, which you should have a list of these people that you've been talking to. And so most months they're just right there, but they're just not knocked over. And you know what you're going to say to them? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you haven't ordered yet, because this month I'm going to get you some free products. And then the next list you're going to go to are your newer prospects, the ones in the last couple of months. And guess what you're going to say to them? Oh my God, so good that you haven't ordered yet, because we can get you some free products. And then you're going to go to your regular customers. You're going to go to your old distributors. You're going to place your own order, so you'll have some extra stuff on hand. So, because a lot of people want it now. You've got a gold mine in your back office, you guys. If you would just use it, use those phone numbers, because you use that to build the relationships anyways, and it makes it more personal than just sending a message. And then once you start talking to these people and you tell them about the amazing promos and they're ready to order, add on to that. Start with the X Advance. I got one today, X Advance, as a signed up as a partner. You just have to ask them. And I kind of manipulated that kind of situation, and I'm going to tell you how I did that. So talk about the X Advance, because you get the X Extreme, the biggest kit we have, at the X Advance price right now through the end of the month. This is what I did. I offered a rebate if they came in as a partner, because if they come in as a partner with the X Advance, you are going to get $170 instead of $85. I immediately gave her back her $49, and I made a $35 for nothing. And I told her, all you got to do is get 4 people, and you just made another $100 off of that order. But I just made an extra $35 just for rebating her the $49. You see how that worked? You can do that with the X Plus as well, because if you get them in as a partner with the X Plus, then that's $138 versus $69. So you make $20, even if you rebate it immediately. And guess what? The lady that didn't want to have anything to do with the business that I just gifted her the affiliate links for a year, she's already posted on her page. She don't want to have anything to do with the business. She just did the affiliate links because they were free. But she's already posted. I'm telling you, you just have to tell these people what to do. And then if they get the X bundle, and what I'm telling people, you get one enrollment and I'm going to rebate you. You get one enrollment and I'm going to rebate you the entire $49, but you got to sign up as a partner right now. And then all of a sudden you get $84 instead of $42. The most you're going to be out of pocket if you rebate somebody is maybe $2 if they order one product. You know, if they sign somebody up with one product, that's the most you'll be out of pocket, because that's still a new business builder potential. Tell them what to do. That's what I told this lady. I said, yeah, this is what you're going to do. We signed her up, told her how to do it, did everything for her. And I said, my new thing that I'm telling people now, I'm not asking, do you want to be a customer or a partner? Would you like to be a partner or an affiliate? Remember when we used to tell them your member fee's $14.95, and they did it. You just got to get into the habit of, you know, there's a $49 fee that's good for a year. Do you want to be a partner or affiliate? A partner, we're going to teach you how to coach people. An affiliate, all you do is share your link. But don't give them a choice. Just tell them that's what we're going to do. And if they fight you with the $49, just say, okay, we can do that later. Then go backwards. But if you start with that, can you imagine how many distributors you're going to have? And they post. She just went and post. She did what I told her to do. So you have to think outside the box. And just like Kristi said, you've got to get excited. It's your excitement's going to flow downhill. You've got to dig in and you've got to go do it. So if your flame from fling is flaming right now, you have to find that power inside you to keep that excitement going and keep the flames fanned. And one way to do that is to share your passion and encourage others, because it only takes your one flame to spread fire to your entire team. If your fire is still crackling, but it's smaller, you need to stroke the fire. You need to do daily personal development. That's huge. You've got to do your daily IPAs. You've got to search daily for your business partners. You've got to do the things every single day and get on the phone with people and build those relationships. But if you've lost your way and your fire's already gone out after just the first 2 weeks, you got to reach out with someone who's got some gasoline and a match. That's what you got to do. So that's what I got for y'all tonight.
Love it, Melissa. You guys, there's one thing, a big thing that I totally forgot to throw in about your business stories is, I know a lot of us, like I was talking about, a lot of us compare our business stories, but I want you to think about this. If you meet somebody, if you were just getting started and you met somebody and they were like, oh my gosh, you got to do this. I'm making $10,000 a month. I was able to quit my job. I was able to build my dream home. How many of us would really be able to see that vision? Not very many of us, right? But if somebody came and said, you know what, I started this and I'm able to pay for my products, or I had an extra $100 to put fuel in my tank, or I had an extra, $200 to go grocery shopping, or I was able to pay for my kids' competition sports from this, that is more realistic. The little stories are what are going to attract the majority of the people. So when you don't think you have one, you really, really do. Okay, think about what this has done for you and make that your story. But what I want to do to close tonight is I want you all to get a piece of paper and I want you to write down May 20th. It's a Saturday. So Saturday, May 20th, it is 9 a.m. Mountain, so 8 Pacific, 10 Central, 11 Eastern time. We are having a super Saturday. I am telling you, this is going to be so amazing. I am so pumped up about this. I had this vision driving home from Vegas, and I was like, we're doing it. It's a company-wide event. The speakers are going to blow your socks off. We're going to have the flyer, all the information out really, really soon. But May 20th, I want you to think about this. Get your groups together that live by you. Okay, if you live in an area, you have a lot of distributors or just not distributors, partners That's going to be hard. But if you have a lot of partners, you know, that are in your area, get them together and watch it together. Bring that fire together. What we're doing is we're just kind of going to do a little thing off of Fling, same kind of thing, speakers, lots of content pouring into you guys. It is going to be awesome. Steph, there's a flyer that's getting put together. So there will be a flyer soon. We just got all of the speakers confirmed. Corporate is on board. There's going to be some giveaways. You're going to want to join this. Okay. It's going to be a Zoom. So there's going to be plenty of room. I'm going to do something here at my house and just, you know, have the people local or whoever wants to come over. Melissa, I know, is doing that at her house. So let's make sure, yes, it will be recorded as well. I know there's a lot of stuff. I know it's a hard time. I know we're going into summer, but you guys, these are the things. It's going to be kind of like a virtual event. Make it fun and you're going to get a lot of good content. So I'm so pumped about the speakers. I can't even wait. So I wanted to put that little plug in there. But we love you guys. Thank you for jumping on tonight. And let's go out there and let's change some lives. You guys with us?
Woohoo!
All right, let's roll. Have a good night, guys.
Love y'all.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks. Love you.
Thanks, ladies.
You.